All right, hi guys. I'm in the middle of my school day here at Lansing High School. It's my main gig. I'm the art teacher. My name is Michaela Fitzgerald. I'm also the founder and CEO of a nonprofit in Leavenworth called LV Arts. And today we're here with Huascar Medina, who has asked us to host an event that was originally started in Lawrence, and he'll tell you more about that. But it's called Words Save Lives. And Leavenworth, LV Arts will be hosting it on September 17th from 6 to 8 at JW Cransers. So, Oscar, would you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, absolutely. And first, thank you for having me today. And I know you have a busy schedule and you guys are doing great things at LV Arts. My name is Huascar Medina. I'm the seventh Poet Laureate of the state of Kansas, and I'm expanding a program called We're Safe Lives across the state of Kansas to 12 locations this year. And Leavenworth is one of the locations, and I thank you for accepting the invitation to host.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And we first met Waskar at an event last year, about the same time. It was in September. We
Yeah.
had an event called Live at the Local, where we hosted a variety of entertainment, including Waskar, who read some poetry from his book. Do we want to plug your book or collection of books? Okay, maybe another time, but look up Waskar because he's awesome. So I really wanted to keep this short, and I wanted to ask Waskar like three main questions about the event in hopes to sort of better familiarize people with what to expect from the Words Save Lives event. So the first question is, what is Words Save Lives and where and when did it start?
Word Save Lives is a collaboration of art and communication between individuals who have been impacted by suicide, either directly or indirectly through family members or individuals who are supporters in communities of individuals who are dealing with suicide. It started in 2014 in Lawrence, Kansas with Marsha Epstein, LMSW, and it began on September 10th, Suicide Prevention Day. And we've been hosting it every year ever since. And it's been one of the highlights of my year personally, as someone who has dealt with suicide directly and indirectly as a survivor of suicide. This is a place I can go to and find community and warmth, and it's a space to share what makes you happy to be around, what gives you light, what gives you hope, and everyone there is supportive of what you've experienced or are experiencing, and it's a welcoming space. So it's a space of light. Is what We're Safe Lives is, and it's directly connected to creative expression.
Very good. And I mean, as you said, like people look forward to this all year. I mean, it is more of a community experience and something that brings joy and hope, as you said. So that's wonderful. Question two, who is the event meant for? I guess if you could speak to that, and what should people expect from the performances of the evening?
They should expect joy. They should expect light. They should expect warmth. They should expect a feeling of being seen, of being heard at these events. This is for everyone. Suicide directly or indirectly affects a lot of people,
Sure.
and we don't talk about it enough. The stigma that's attached to it, and communication is key, right? We want to reach people before they get to that threshold to ensure that they're living a life that they're glad to live. And art is one of those mediums that can assist with that process. So anyone who wants to share, participate, or be an audience member is welcome to come, just to give support, to be in the audience, to hear poetry, or if anyone wants to sell art at these events, or sing, or
Sure.
perform comedy, just
Yeah.
any form of expression that someone finds joy in is what this space is trying to facilitate yearly.
Very good. I can speak to some of the things that we have lined up for our specific event in Leavenworth. We have some singers, we have a few solo dancers. I believe we do have sort of a comedian coming on to tell some jokes, and we'll have some poetry reading. So it really is a variety of performers and ages as well represented. So that's awesome. Art can do amazing things for sure. Yeah, I was also going to say too, one of the things in our school district that we've discussed, we've had training, suicide training, at the beginning, of the year, and they say that talking about it, or the misconception is that talking about it might give someone the idea to go through with suicide, whereas we know that talking about it, words save lives, right? It absolutely makes a difference. So I mean, it's just so true. Um, Question 3, what do you personally value the most about Words Save Lives, and what impact do you hope it has on the cities that are hosting the event?
The community it creates, the openness to care, to ask questions, to let others know when you're struggling. I think being given permission, in a sense, to do that, to have a space that's been created where you feel you can communicate those things. I think it's very important to have that in multiple communities and cities, because silence is very dangerous, when it comes to this topic. And we want to open communication. That's, I think, the most important aspect of it for me is the communication that occurs within the communities surrounding the topic of suicide.
Right. I think that's so important. Do you find that it's easy for people to open up in this space? I mean, it does require somewhat of a vulnerability, right? But do you think that sort of comes naturally in the space that's created by this event?
I think it does, because it's a space of sharing, and art is a balm. It makes things a little easier. It soothes. It gives people permission to express themselves. Because art is subjective. So there's no point of judgment in this space. We're here to share art, our creative aspirations or creative expressions that we want to give to others. So in that space, we're already opening this line of dialogue, and then we can ask you, how are you doing? You okay?
It's an entry point. It's an excellent point. Yeah, love it. Okay, so I do have a bonus question, number 4, that you don't know what it is yet. But I thought to ask you, do you have a favorite line from any one of your favorite writers, whether it be a poet or a novelist? Do you have sort of a line of literature? It could even be your own, Huascar, let's say that. Like that just kind of is resonating with you currently, or just is something that you won't forget, that sticks with you? Is that a good question?
Yeah. No, that's a great question.
Great.
There's this micro poem from Kevin Young, who has I think he graduated from high school in Topeka, actually, in Kansas.
Awesome.
He's working at the Smithsonian in DC, and he's also the host of a podcast for the New Yorker for poetry. So this guy is well known, and he has this super short poem, and it's called "Ode to Big Pun," and it's a play off of one of the lyrics from one of Big Pun's rap songs, and the poem is, "I'm not a prayer, I just wish a lot." So
Yeah. What does that mean for you, Huascar? What does that mean? Like, what sticks with you about that? Just a wisher.
Yeah, what sticks with me, one, is the cleverness of it, and I love hip hop, and I love Big Pun. I grew up listening to him as a hip hop artist, but also the idea that there's this continued search for hope, in various forms, whether it be through religion or just through the practice of envisioning a different future.
Sure. I love that. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing, Huascar, and thank you for taking the time to talk with us about the event. Again, LV Arts is hosting the Words Save Lives event on September 17th from 6 to 8 at JW Cransers in Leavenworth. But you can catch another event. There's going to be one in Lawrence, I think the 10th. Is that right?
Right.
Every time in Lawrence on the 10th. So you can go to the website, wordsavelives.org, and check out when the other events are being hosted as well around the state of Kansas. So, all right. Thanks again so much.
Thank you. It was good to see you.
You too.